A week ago, I woke up in Da Nang, and even before I left my bed, I decided I needed to leave Vietnam immediately. That was a crazy decision, but let me explain why. Now, if you watch this channel, you know I love Vietnam. It has such a special energy for me. Saigon is my favorite capital city in all of Southeast Asia, and I want to come back more and more. On this trip, I had a special purpose. I wanted to share central Vietnam because a lot of people don't explore it. It has some really beautiful beaches, fantastic seafood, and I think tourists just skip it. Maybe they stop in Hua Hin, but that is it. This trip, I thought I'm planning it perfectly. I'm going to be there end of February, early March, just when the beautiful weather comes, perfect for the beaches, and it's gonna be amazing. But guys, it was not. Spoiler alert. So the weather in Saigon was great, even in Dalat, Cam Ranh. It also was pretty good. Nha Trang, a little bit iffy, but then when I reached Quy Nhon, things started to change. It is a town that I love. It's been built beautifully, so well organized for upcoming tourism, and it rained every day. And that was kind of the theme for the rest of my trip, was just rain, gray skies. How am I supposed to show you how beautiful the coast is, the beaches, the seafood, when it's drizzling every single day? And so I thought, okay, let's skip Hua Hin, we'll go later, and instead, let's go straight to Da Nang. Da Nang is known as an emerging digital nomad hub, and in Canada, I grew up on the coast, so I love being by the ocean, and I thought, let's settle down 4 to 6 weeks, we'll rent a place there, it'll be great, and then I can also share what Da Nang is like, because again, international airport, more expats are going there, and I just wanted to know what the hype was. So when we got there, again, weather was not great. I started to look for long-term apartments for 4 to 6 weeks, and it seems like everybody else heard that Da Nang is amazing because there was over demand. There was not enough supply, because what happened was I felt so much pressure to find a place to settle down in something that I felt was a bit overpriced and not exactly what I wanted, not what I needed to settle down for a month. It really got very stressful. And I say very stressful, it escalated so quickly. Keep in mind, I hadn't even been there for 48 hours, but I was on tons of groups and WhatsApp chats for rentals, and I got this long message, put it right here, saying like basically if you kind of liked anything, you needed to book it right away because the demand was so high, you were going to lose out. And it just didn't sit right. Besides that and the weather, was that we were in the Son Trat neighborhood, which I think might be like the older tourism area, but I really liked it because there were a lot of local tourists, Asian tourists. It felt there was a lot of local food, good prices, but it was still a tourist neighborhood. And so I thought, okay, let's go look at the place everyone says is great. Let's go look at My An or My An. It was mostly Westerners. In fact, so many Westerners, I didn't see a lot of Vietnamese unless they were working in the stores or the restaurants or the shops. And I thought, this is not where I want to be. I came to Vietnam because I want to experience local life. But I don't know, there was just something not sitting right with me. It was like nothing was working out. And I thought that morning, I am booking a flight today and I am leaving. And that also was a crazy and expensive decision. And let me share a little bit more why.
Oh baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh.
Now, before everyone starts to come at me and say that, you know, there's so much more to Da Nang, it's not just that. You were in the wrong neighborhood, you didn't give it enough time. Let me just say this. And if you spend a lot of time in Vietnam, you'll know it. Vietnam has this crazy energy. And last week we were just not feeling it. It was gone. I asked Alan what he thought of the city, and he said, I feel flat. Normally, I feel very calm. It's a calm place. Even in crazy times, there's just this weird energy of calmness. And so I booked a flight to Bangkok for 6 hours later, which was a crazy, expensive decision based on flights in Southeast Asia. I mean, no decision. You can book same day and it's still okay. But I didn't feel like dropping $500 that day, and we did for 2 flights. And so now we are in another, I would say, tourist town. Not a digital nomad hub, because I think it has a reputation for being where old people retire. But actually, it has great energy. And it is exactly what I was looking for. Welcome to Hua Hin. We've moved to central Thailand, and this is exactly where I think we need to be. So far, this last week has been fantastic, but that rash decision, I think, was just my intuition saying to me, you need to go somewhere you belong in this moment, and this is not it. All right, so my first impressions of Hua Hin were actually not that great. And I felt so much regret and thought, have I made the wrong decision? We got here, and on the main strip in town, it was more of the same, but older. So Hua Hin is definitely a place where a lot of people retire, and I can see why, because it's inexpensive, it has access to healthy, cheap food. The infrastructure is great here with the great cheap transportation, the sidewalks are fantastic. It's just a really nice place to be. And it's also very easy. But I also saw a lot of old white men hanging out in bars. It has this real bar girl culture with a lot of single white men who've come here. I think some of them are looking for companionship long term, and others maybe just for the night. And I would say that this place is pretty calm. There's not a lot to do. There are no clubs that are in town. I've heard some Thai clubs exist, but you have to go outside of town. And most people here are just kind of looking for a calmer life. The city is also really well set up. It kind of has everything you need. I would say it feels like a large town. And so it has a mall, stores where you can get anything you would want. And also, we're in Thailand, so there's Lazada and Shopee. So you're really not going without much. Laundry is cheap. We did our laundry for 100 baht. Food, our favorite places, as always. And then it also has a lot of higher end things. So it's just over 3 hours from Bangkok. And this city was once the home of where royals came to holiday. Anyway, I am loving it here so far. I think it was the right decision. I have not given up on Da Nang. We're going back to Vietnam in April because I still have this dream to share Central Vietnam. I really want to share all of the things that are beautiful about it, but also I want to share in the sun like this so that you can see, if you're planning a trip to Vietnam, that you don't want to skip this area. But this is not the end of the video because I've just shown you the streets and a little bit of the beach. So I'm going to go back to the apartment and share it with you because for us, it was the perfect choice of comfort, budget, pricing, and just very walkable for me to go anywhere in the city. And then also, I'm gonna share with you our favorite place to eat because it's actually my favorite part of Hua Hin, the people there. Now we're almost at our place, but I wanted to share with you why I had such a bad first impression of Hua Hin when we first got here. And that is because the city is basically divided by the famous Hua Hin train station. So the tracks that run through the city. If you stay on the side of the tracks that are closest to the beach, it's mostly people on holiday from abroad or people from Bangkok who come down because it's too hot or smoggy in the city. It's mostly catered to short-term tourists, has some great restaurants, but also at a budget if you're on holiday. That is not us. So we came to the other side of the tracks, which seems to be people who are staying here a little bit longer term, maybe 3, 6, 9 months. If you're staying any longer than that, I think people actually stay quite a bit further out because you can get like a 2-bedroom house here with a pool for $25,000 a month, which is pretty incredible. Anyway, since we moved here, it just feels so much more relaxed. So we're 1 block away from all of the restaurants and bars and things on our side of the tracks, 7-minute walk to the beach. And here behind me, this is the only thing we ever hear from our apartment. It's a Muay Thai center. And if you look in front, this is our place right here. It's called The Room Residence. It's 2 buildings and it is fantastic. It has 2 pools because it's 2 buildings. It has a really great gym, actually a big gym and a small gym, and the nicest people work there. Just so, so lovely. That this whole area here and down here, this is actually all local. But what does the room look like? I know you want to know. Welcome to our little home. This is where I work. Alan makes the bed, does a good job. Every day it's in a different design. You can tell he came from hospitality. Big TV, which is fantastic. It's a smart TV AC, but actually we use the fan more, and you can also see it's quite windy here. And so we usually just keep it open. Right there, Muay Thai. And then the bathroom. Alan's getting ready to go to lunch. Also big. Lots of counter space. So this is where we are. Lots of closet space, things like that. The only thing is not a lot of things to cook with, but I don't think that's gonna be a big deal because we actually now have the market to go to. So we'll probably eat there most of the time except for breakfast. All right, we have made it to my favorite place in Hua Hin. It's where we've been eating all of our meals because the people here are so nice. It's the local market. I'm just gonna show you a little bit. It looks like it was built very recently. It's very modern. There's no AC, but the way it was built, actually, there's a lot of air that comes through. And I would like to say that it was organized with this side as prepared food and this side as produce, but it doesn't seem to be that way. The prices here are half the price at Big C and Lotus. I have gotten food here before and it is beautiful. I got some lettuce the other day. And you can see it's just so beautiful here. Everything is so clean, so fresh, and amazing prices. Down there, they actually have Hainanese chicken rice, I think, and there's some other vendors. Not as much fruit in here because just on the outside, they also sell fruit. Okay, so some places do sell fruit, but it's usually kind of prepared fruit. So we come here for lunch and dinner, and we've also gotten fruit on the side. I will say this, it says that they open at 7 a.m., but they really don't open until 2. This is 10 to 2, and it's on a Sunday, which means there are not a lot of people here, but I can see we have 3 favorite places, and 2 of them are here, so we'll show them to you. And this is one of my favorite places. I'm gonna pick something up because this woman is so sweet. Swadika. So everything here is 30. And she makes fantastic food. So every day it's something a little bit different. They almost always have these dumplings and then they have rice. And the nice thing is with all of these vendors, on the first day we said that Alan could eat my moo, and they always point out for us what has moo, what does not. So we have some omelets with chicken here. Moo? Moo. Gai chicken. Moo. Okay, so we know right now Alan can eat this, he can eat this, and he can eat this. And I think I am going to pick up maybe some omelet today. So I will pick this, and I cannot believe this. This is still warm, she just made it, and it's only 30. It's 30 baht for this. Okay. Now there are 2 other vendors that we really like. One of them that Alan goes to all the time is not here right now. The food is so spicy. It's definitely made for Thai. And so right now not a lot of people are here, but especially during the week around 4 o'clock, this whole place is lined up with locals getting food to go. It's so busy. So this is called the Gai Fresh Market, and we rarely see tourists here, and I think that's such a mistake for them. We happened upon it by accident. You don't really see the market right away because they have these little shades that come down and keeps everything very cool, but it also means you don't really see inside. So I think a lot of people, maybe they peek in and they're not exactly sure what's going on, but the food here is so good. As I said, we've eaten here every day for the last week. It's been something different every day, and I actually have to be careful because a lot of times it can be spicy. But the women here are so, so lovely. It's nice when you go to a new place and people just recognize you and greet you with a smile, so I feel like this is going to be our home. I think Hua Hin was the right decision for us right now. We're going to spend 5 weeks here and just really explore. Now I am here for work, to actually work on my computer. We're not going to be making a ton of videos, but I am going to share the best of Hua Hin with you. And then don't forget, we are going back to Vietnam because I have this desire to make you fall in love with Central Vietnam. So we'll see you in the next video because we need to eat and then we're hitting the beach. Ciao.